Good morning, good morning, good morning. I started a few minutes early just to get myself set up. If you are joining me this morning, thank you, thank you, thank you. Just give me a few minutes while I get everything together here. Okay. Okay, good morning, everybody. You're watching this video after the fact, after the live stream. Today we're going to be working, I'm going to be decorating my CBJ, which is the Chipboard Journal. Okay, these are what the inserts are. I took all of the inserts out along with their elastic, so they're totally, you can totally customize it and, move it around and adjust it if you wish. You can also cut them down in half if you want. So you can do many things with these. And basically we're going to be, I've cut out some paper to decorate the inside with, but on the outside we're going to be doing a little bit of mixed media. I have some new products to work with today. Hello, hello, Ada. How are you, love? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me just get a little bit of coffee. And so we have a whole bunch of new things. Ada, I should be hopefully finishing up your order between today and tomorrow at the latest. So hopefully by Tuesday, it'll be in the mail on its way to you. Finally, finally, finally. All right, you guys. So real quick, because this video is not really about that, but real quick, what I'm gonna be working today with, I purchased. I have been wanting to get these for a little bit of time now, and I got them at a really, really good price. I got these from Ranger actually, and I never purchased from their website before, so I had 25% off. And so I went ahead and got the Dina Wakley Media Gloss Sprays. So I have a few colors in those. I have the night, the ocean, the eggplant. I have the marine, the magenta. I haven't even used these, you guys, because I wanted to use these in my journals. So I was really, really excited to be working with this today. We have cheddar and we have white in these. And I only really buy like colors that I would tend to go for. Like, to me, it's not as important to have the whole collection if I'm not going to use the rest of it. So I only took the colors that I need. I think from here I'm looking for black, which I don't think that they had, but we'll see. And then I got the Seth Apter. Yeah, Seth Apter. These are dye inks or dye sprays. So I got a few colors in this as well, and I got this from My Rusty Crown. Amazing, amazing shop. You guys go and check it out. So I got a few of those. I got 6 of those from her store because the other ones are actually sold out. But I think I got at least some of the important colors in between the two. I got, I think, a little bit of everything, I think. So this one is, where's the color? Okay, this one's called Nacre Pearl. So basically a pearl, which is like a white. This one is Violet Anchor. I don't know. Has strange little names. Couvry Copper. Okay, you guys, let me look at the colors because some of these names I'm gonna have to put them down. So this one I guess is a green. This one's more like a pink. This one's more like a purple. This one's more like a white. And these right here are, I guess, a blue and then a darker blue, right? So I got a few of those, and she was really nice. She actually sent me something to try out, which I'm gonna be trying out hopefully today. I've never tried these before. This is also the Izink diamond, and it's the one that's got like all of this glitter inside, and you guys know me and the bling, right? So I was like super stunned. I was like, oh my god, so cool, because I wanted to try these, but I didn't want to buy them right away, because that's what I do. I window shop for a long time, and then I put things like on my little mental wish list, and then little by little, I'll go getting them and stuff. So she sent this to me, And I also now finally have 3 of these. I always wanted to try these. These are the waxes by Finnabair. This is the Art Alchemy. So I got the Peacock, the Firebird, and then the Rusty Red. So I got these 3 colors because these are usually the colors that I tend to go for the most when I create anyway. So I got those. So we're going to put this to the side. And now we're going to talk about what we're going to do because I think, yes, 10:01, right on time. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Now we are officially on the clock. Okay, so now that you guys kind of saw what I'm going to be working with as far as mediums, let's talk about embellishments and the new designs that I've created. So let me go ahead and open up this again because it's actually set up kind of perfect for me right now. I'm going to put this over. Let me put this up here. So again, just real quick for anybody that's watching, these are the new, I call them CBJs. They're basically some chipboard journals. And they come pre-packed with 10 full sheets. But as you can see, they're folded. So you have a lot of working, areas. You can use them on a full. You can use them, on the side. I can also make these smaller for you if you like. And there will also be refills for these journals. So if you're interested in that, if you've never really worked in something this large of a scale, I think this is kind of cool because it's really compact. So you don't have to walk around with like a humongous book when it comes to the width. But I mean, the length is still a little bit long, but they're light enough that you can kind of play with them. Hello, hello, Anastasia. How are you? Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, so let me open this up real quick. And oh my God, you guys. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. As usual, I'm so excited. So I shared with you guys a little bit ago the other flowers that I have that I've added to the store. I think I added them to the store. Let me check real quick. Let me just check my store real quick, make sure that I'm telling you the correct thing. And let's just go there really quickly. I just want to make sure that the flowers that I'm telling you I added. Most of the stuff that you're going to see here today, you're going to be able to find it in the Into the Wild section because this is all kind of like foresty, flora, fauna, all of that good stuff. So let me see by adding the latest, if my flowers are up there. If they're not up there, then I have to add them. No, they're up there. Okay, so my flowers are already up there. I added a few new designs. I kept it rather simple this time around because a lot of you guys know, if you've been keeping up to date with my whole situation, I had a little bit of a back and forth going on with the chipboard company that I was originally dealing with. They seem to either have sold or transferred names or whatever the case may be, because I'm under the severe how do you call it? I think that the place that I bought my new chipboard is the same people I was buying my chipboard from before. I don't know. That's just what I think. But I could be wrong. There's a chance that I could be wrong. But anywho, I found a new place that sells the same chipboards that I was using prior. Meanwhile, nobody else has them but this one place. So luckily, I was able to like reclaim the chipboard again. Yay for that. And I asked them if they were going to continue to have them, and they said yes. So hopefully, I'm going to knock on wood really, really hard. That continues to be the case because, as you guys know, I did buy another chipboard from a different company, and it actually wasn't what I wanted it to be, but what I needed. So I've turned those into journals. So that's what we're doing. So we have some flowers, you guys. We have some butterflies. I'm just going to go ahead and take these little things out of the packs. And we're going to kind of work with them a little bit. And I'm going to show you how everything kind of comes together. So these are the flowers. When you get them, you're not going to get them cupped, obviously, because they're going to get flat anyway. So there's no point of doing all that work and then, it's going to end up flat in the mail. So this is basically how it looks. And you basically just pop the little bits out. If you want to pop them out, they come out super, super, super easy. For the most part, I will try to do most of them of popping those things out for you. But every now and then, depending on how things go, I might not really get a chance to free them all. But they pop out really, really super simple. So it's not that much of a big deal. To make a flower, at least for this style, you're going to need a base, which is the solid one, which I have included. So you're going to need a base, and then you're going to need 2 of these. And I thought it was kind of cool because it reminded me kind of like the little windmills. They're in my store, HappyDayCrafts.com. If you see it right there on my title, that's my store, Anastasia. And I have all types of chipboards, designs, and there's more stuff coming. I just opened it last month, and it's been a heck of a ride. All right, I can assist you with that. That's not a problem. You just have to let me know more or less dimensions, so on and so forth. And if you, how dimensional do you want it? Do you want it to build a house? Or you just want the flat of a house? Like, you gotta let me know what kind of house you're looking for, and I can totally design something for you. That's not a problem. Well, I think that the stencils that Sasson was using was this one, the 3-in-1. I have them right here. I believe that he used my 3-in-1, which has the brick wall, the cobblestone, and then the fence. Move this over. So I believe he used this one, the 3-in-1. I don't know if he used my stretched link or not, but he might have used the stretched link. I can't recall. But I know for a fact he used this one because this one I think is one of his favorites. And I forgot what that was for. I think it's honeycomb something or the other. Let me see. That one is called the Olympic Honeycombs. Is this one right here. This is the one that Sasson was using yesterday. And the 3-in-1, which is this one. It gives you 3. I'm going to have more of these 3-in-1s coming out soon too. I've been here. Where you been? I've been here. Same as always. Same as always. I just don't have too much of a set schedule anymore because now that I'm running the shop, you know, time is a little bit limited because I do it all, you know, it's all, you run everything yourself. So you design, you produce, you know, you ship, you do it all on your own. So timing wise for me has been a little bit crazy, and I just didn't want to keep giving you guys a time, and then like, you know, not being able to kind of commit. So usually what I'll do is like I'll put a post up on my community tab, or I'll try to let you guys know somehow when I'm gonna go live, and I try to let you guys know at least the day before when I have a chance. But there is those spontaneous moments where I just kind of pop in and you know, be like, hey guys, this is what I'm doing. So yeah, we're gonna definitely be working with these today. So I'm gonna put these to the side because we are gonna be doing some mixed media on the cover of this journal. I want to make this journal like a journal that I actually work with you guys moving forward. And I think it's super awesome. And the reason why I actually kept it full size, because as you guys know, a lot of my pieces that I do work with tend to be a little bit on the larger scale. And I think that this will fit perfectly for a lot of the chipboard designs that I create. So if you wanted to make like kind of like an album, if you will, like an art journal album type of thing, then you could totally do that and, you know, incorporate all of the embellishments and stuff like that, and know that you'll have room and you'll have a nice, you know, full surface to work on. Because if I can cut it out of a 12x12, it should fit right back in, right? So that's the math. That's the math. I'm sticking to it. Hi, good morning, Nelly. Girl, you've been rocking it. You've been rocking it. I've been seeing you. Been doing beautiful work. Okay, so these are the flowers. Like I said, they are going to come. To make a flower, this is how I did it. I did one base, and I gave you guys 2 of those, right? 2 of these, and then 1 base, and that's a flower. At least in my mind, you know, to my mind. So all I did was very easily just kind of ran, you know, I kind of just used the ballpoint thing, what you call it, you know, the stylus thing for the, you know, to make the flowers. Where is it? Where is it? And my little mat. So this, and this. And all you kind of have to do is just kind of run it out. But you don't necessarily even have to do that. You can also kind of, you know, if you work it enough, you can kind of go molding it up with your hands, and they'll start catching shape. I would not recommend that you spray these down with water unless, you know, you're willing to let it dry for a while. So if you want to, like, you know, play with it, you can spritz it a little bit. Don't overdo it because it is chipboard and it's in layers. So as you guys know, chipboard, you know how they make it. It's like a whole bunch of layers of thin paper that they glue together and compress to make the chipboard. So if you're starting a whole bunch of wet mediums all along the cut edges, it's going to start to open up. It's chipboard, you guys. So just be aware of that. So you can totally kind of shape it with your hands if you wanted to. You don't even have to use a lot of force. You can totally start giving it shape, and you could already see that it's already starting to get dimensional on you. So I've already done that with these, and you're going to get, not sure how many, but I know it's quite a few. Let me see. I wrote some notes. Look at my notes, you guys. My chicken scratch. that I put for my flowers. These I call them cosmic lilies, and you're gonna get 12 pieces. 12 pieces meaning that you're gonna get 3. You know, it takes 3 to make a flower, so 12 pieces to make flowers. Okay. No, you're doing it. You're doing it, Nelly, and you're doing beautiful work. Honestly, you're doing beautiful, beautiful work. You have an eye for color, my friend. Oh, it's okay, Anastasia. No worries, love. No worries. We're way past Christmas, girl. We're way past Christmas, and I'm not the type to hold grudges. So thank God for that. Yes, we're good to go. Don't worry. Don't worry. So that's basically what it is. As you guys can see, it's going to be quite a few. And you don't necessarily have to do the layer if you don't want to. You can totally use one. And you'll come out with a really pretty flower, nice and sturdy, very dimensional. You can add sprays to them. You can gesso them. You can paint them. If you go back to the video that I shared with you, my other flowers, and you saw what I did with that, I think I have the anchor somewhere. Where did I put that anchor? Oh, here it is. Okay, this is the anchor that I made, that I decorated. I didn't make the anchor. The anchor is actually a clearance item. But this is the anchor that I decorated with my other chipboard flowers. You can find those on my store as well. And as you guys can see, I didn't gesso these. All I did was paint them, and it was more than enough. So if you're not going to be spraying them again with heavy mediums, like with wet mediums, then you don't necessarily have to go the gesso route if you don't necessarily want to take that extra step. However, it is always recommended to gesso them prior to painting them and wetting them and so on and so forth. Now, if you're going to go on a full length, like a whole bunch of sprays, which I might do today, then I might have to gesso my pieces before I do that, just so that I make sure that they don't fall apart. Because again, it is only paper, my friends, and it is not waterproof. But this is how dimensional, I mean, you get so much dimension just from layering them. And because they're chipboard and they're stiff, especially once you add that paint, like they're really, really stiff. Once you add that paint, then you have beautiful dimension, and you can customize them to fit your need, as opposed to having to buy a pack that's already pre-colored, pre-made, and you having to figure out where this fits. So you actually get to play with that, and you know, it's like double the joy, I guess. Not only do you get to assemble, but you also get to paint them and decorate them. So this is the Cosmic Lily, and basically, you know, they cup like that. And then I added a base because I figured you can turn this into a leaf. You can either leave it the way it is. You can use it to back up this flower. Actually, I think I did this one backwards because it's supposed to be like this. But either way, you can totally use it, you know, and just kind of position them how you want them to be. You can layer them however you want to layer them. On top and the bottom, use 2, use 1, do singles. Cut these up if you want to turn these into little leaves, and you could tuck them behind the flowers. Like there's so many different ways that you can play with this. Totally multi-purpose if you ask me, but I think everything is multi-purpose because my mind is totally mixed media all the time. Yes, you can definitely add gesso over any of this. I mean, it's chipboard, so totally prime it if you can. I would definitely recommend that. So we're not going to necessarily, I don't think, we're going to necessarily be working with these today, but I did want to show them to you and show you how they are and just show you how much dimension you can totally achieve. And again, the more you work it, the more dimension you're going to be able to get. Okay. My other flowers, the ones that I use on that anchor, they're already pre-textured for you. These are not pre-textured because they don't fit in the mold. I tried, but it wasn't going to work because the little, you know, the little ends were just sticking out. I was like, oh no. So they don't come textured already, but you can totally add texture. Like you can grab any of your stencils, and while they're flat, you know, stencil over them with like, you know, some kind of paste or something, and you can add your own embossing. You can stamp them with embossing powder, then spray them, and oh my goodness, like I'm telling you guys, like the possibilities are freaking endless. You can do so many different things with them. So let's put these here. So it's 3 to make a flower. That's how basically I sold it to you, and I sold it to you guys in a pack of 12. Not in a pack of 12 flowers, but in a pack of 12 pieces to make your flowers. You can make any amount, you know, any style that you want. I believe that's how I wrote it in there. but I could be mistaken. Just double check with the site, and if I don't have the information in there, then just ask me either through Messenger, through Instagram, or here on the community. I'll answer you. It's not a problem. Because you guys know I've been kind of rushing to get things done now that I finally have my chipboards, and every now and then, you know, I do miss information here and there, but it is quite a bit. It doesn't sound like much, but it is quite a bit once you actually put it all together. So let's put these back in here, and these are the Cosmic Lilies. I've been trying to work on like packaging and stuff like that, you guys. Like, there's a lot of things that I still have to do that I haven't been able to fully do, because I always focus on the design and the actual product, not so much the packaging, because I'm like, you guys are going to toss that stuff out. But the reality is that when you have a store, you need to do all of that stuff, and that is not something that I'm so very much used to. So just bear with me, you guys. I promise I'll get it together. I am, but before I work, Anastasia, I got to show you guys the stuff that I have in the store. So just give me a second, and we're going to be here for a little bit. So if you need to get coffee, get your coffee, my friend, get your coffee. All right, so here we have, I had told you guys before that I was going to be making like butterflies and stuff like that. So this is round one of butterflies and dragon. I made a dragonfly as well. So I'm going to pull out all of these, and we have quite a few. We also have these over here. Okay, so on this one here, this is the size that I added onto the store, but I did do a test run with a smaller size, and I was able to cut it out, and I want to say rather nicely, which I was really surprised, because usually it's really hard to get the patterns to come out the right way. But that's another reason why I love this chipboard, because it actually doesn't fall apart like other cardboards do when you try to do that. But, you know, still it has its limitations. And that's just the machine itself. It has nothing to do with the chipboard. All right, so I got a few small ones. And again, these are going to be 2 layers. I try to do double layers for you guys so that you guys can add your dimension to your, you know, to your projects, to your butterflies, and to your flowers and stuff like that. So basically, you're going to get this base here. And then you're going to get this here. And what we want to do is we want to glue these in the center. But before I do that, I am going to go ahead and prime these up a little bit. And this is the smaller version. This is not the one that's actually in the store. I might add these on later on. I'm just a little worried, so I want to process a few and just make sure that I have that, you know, that it cuts out properly continuously, as opposed to me, you know, having to fight with it later. So you get a lot of dimension. You can totally lift these up and just glue it in the center, and you're gonna get so much dimension from that. And if you play with it with your I'm gonna find one, because I keep stumbling with it because I don't have it in front of me. Okay, so if you get yourself one of those stylus things, then you'll be able to kind of, you know, play with it a little bit. But this is the size that we have in the store. This size is already glued on. I already glued it in the center. And once you have your base painted one color, or whatever the colors you're going to be, you know, decorating them with, and you have this in another color, like, it's just going to look so pretty. You're going to be able to see like all those little openings, the colors is in the back, you know, in contrast with whatever color you put in the front. So that's going to be super cool. I think that they came out really nice. And this one is, I think this one is the, I don't know if I named it right, but these are 4x5 by 2x7. I think you get 10 pieces, as in 10, you know, 5 and 5. Okay, 5 bottoms, 5 tops. And again, I'm not sure about the smaller ones, but I'm gonna try to see if it'll work to actually add them in there. I think I was just running a streak of good luck. Yes, Ada, yes. I did it for you more than anything, because you told me like 4 times, like, you're gonna do butterflies? I'm like, yes, I'm gonna do them eventually. Yes, tea is good. I got me some cafecito. I got some coffee. So, you guys, that's the butterflies. That's one style of the butterfly. Again, it's this right here, and it comes with the base. And you can totally do all kinds of stuff with this. Honestly, you can stamp them, emboss them, you know, heat emboss them, medium emboss them, like spray them, paint them, whatever. Once you have them, you can do whatever you wish. And I will be so excited to see in the multiple ways that you guys use it. Okay, so that's these right there. So I can put these to the side. This one right here is my Cosmic Butterfly. I believe that's what I called it, right? It's kind of like a cross between a butterfly and a dragonfly, honestly. Just take the little bits out. I was processing these yesterday, trying to get myself ready for today. And I already added them into the store. So if you hit, if you go to the store and you hit the little menu selection that sorts it out for you, just click on the newest, and you'll get all the stuff that I added between the stencils and the journal and all of that other stuff, and you'll get all of that right there. You'll get all of the things that I just added instead of having to go fishing for them. And I do have these again in small because they did work. See how? In small, so I'm gonna most likely be working and adding these as well. See how cute they are? Oh my god, I'm so like, ah! And again, this is like a cross between like a butterfly and then a dragonfly, and I figured some other mystical kind of bug that's gotta be out there. And it also kind of like reminds me of an angel. Like there's just so many different things that I get from it. And I just love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And then this is the base. So you're gonna get your base. And this is actually the base for the small one. So let me go ahead and glue this together while I can. If I can find some glue. Because I'm never 100% prepared, you guys. You know that. You know that. This is why I need everything around me at all times. Because I will totally heavy gel. Okay, heavy gel will work. Heavy gel will work. Let me just add a little bit. Add a little bit of this heavy gel on there. Let me use this discombobulated brush to do it. And all I'm going to do is basically just add it in the center. That's the only thing that you have to kind of do. And I didn't give this any antennas because I figured since you have to layer them, you can probably stick your own little antennas in there. If you wanted to have antennas, then you can totally do that like that. And then we're just going to layer them together because they do fit nicely one on top of the other. And we're going to set that to the side and let it dry because I am going to be using some of those. And then this is the big one. Where's the big one? Here it is. And then this is the base for the big one. Again, doesn't it look like an angel? Like if you just look at it like that, like it almost looks like, have you guys, well, have you, have you guys ever seen like, I'm sure that if you have like you've had like small little girls or granddaughters or even nieces and stuff like that. They had this toy back like a few years back, well, probably more than a few years. And it was like kind of like a little makeshift Barbie, but it was like a fairy. And they put it on this thing and then you push a button and it spins and like it jumps off the little handle and it goes spinning. It kind of reminds me of that with this part right here. So I can kind of like envision that whole thing kind of like spinning in the air. And I think that in my imagination, that's probably how they fly, is like by spinning as opposed to by flapping their wings, which, you know, I have an odd one. So we're going to go ahead. I'm not going to glue these because I'm not going to use those for my cover, but I am going to use these smaller ones. But basically, that's what you're going to get. And these are my cosmic, I believe, cosmic butterflies. And I'm not sure how many of them they're going to be in. So just check in there. I must have put the quantities in there, but if I didn't put the quantities, just ask me. I try to give you guys a full 12 by 12, even if I go over a little bit. I try to give you guys as much as I can fit into a 12 by 12, keeping the size and the, you know, the ability to maintain the design, you know, in hindsight. So this is those, and I think they're beautiful. And oh my God, once you layer these, like, not for nothing, I was just thinking, I'm like, you know what, these will look really cool. As I'm putting them together, I'm like, these will look really cool, like on a Christmas tree. Like at the end of, you know, like at Christmas, like decorating them and whatever colors your Christmas tree is going to be and like blinging them the heck out. And they're so dimensional and they'll probably, you know, you can put them like in the bottom and they'll be spinning back and forth. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Whew. I get too excited, you guys. I get too excited. So let me put these down. These are the smaller ones. Let me just separate these. And I haven't cleaned them all out, but as you guys can see, they pops out really, really easily. Takes a lot of fidgeting to get those things to actually work the way you want them to work. But when they work, oh my God, it's amazing. Okay, so that's it for those. And then I have one more, I believe, which is the Dragonfly. And then we're going to get to some mixed media. Oh, no, we have two more, you guys, which is, I did one character for this launch. I will have more because I'm working on more. I will have more. It's just that I haven't, before I like to put them to the store, I need to process them because I need to make sure that the design works. So this is why you guys will see sometimes that I have like a lot of little odds and ends, is because I come here to demo them. So I'll cut them out and I'll see how it works. I'll see if the machine gives me any issues, if the design is too crunched in together. you know, sometimes it doesn't really help, you know, when it cuts through. But, you know, we're going to work it out, you guys. We're going to get there. Don't worry. Don't worry. So this is the Dragonfly. And his name is Piccadilly. I had to give one of them a name, you guys. I had to give one of them a name. And I just like, I don't know, that name just came at me when I was working on the Dragonfly. And I was like, oh my God, you're Piccadilly. So this is Piccadilly the Dragonfly, you guys. And again, 2 layers. And how cool would that look if you can add like fluorescent, like glow in the dark paint or something like that, and like stick these on the wall of a child's room, and like, oh my God, these would look so cool, right? Like if you could decorate the walls with them, or even like in your art or whatever. I think this would look super, super cool. And so this is the pattern for this one. I kept that one super simple because I figured, you know what, we can do so many different things with them. And at least you have, you know, some things happening here so you can totally see the backgrounds. And then I made 2 openings there so you can either add 2 little jewels or whatever you like, or however you want to use them. Again, you can use it single, you can use them, you know, overlap to create that dimension, and you will definitely get that dimension. And again, once they get painted on our gesso, this becomes super, super stiff. You can stick your little antennas between both layers before you glue them, and then just seal it out, and then you'll have your little antennas sticking out of there if you layer it out. But I think these are super cool, and I'm pretty sure that I can do this in a small. I just haven't done it. I didn't get a chance to do it. I just cut out, you know, a whole bunch to kind of share with you guys today. So, and what we're going to be using today, you guys, the main attraction, for me, the main attraction is the character that I created for this one, which is, oh my goodness, I am so like in love with her right now. And you guys are going to hear me do that a lot throughout the next couple of months. Every time that I share with you guys something, I'm going to be like, oh my God, I love it. I love it. Okay, okay, okay. Oh my goodness, you guys. Her name is Daphyre. 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 Okay, you guys? Daphyre. Yes. And she's going to come in right and left. That's kind of how I decided to put her out, is in right and left. So basically, you're going to get 4 pieces of her. And as you guys can see, even the numbers sometimes can be really, really scary. You know, you see 8 inches, you see 9 inches. But the reality is that when you put them down, they're not really as big as they sound. So this is 8 inches. And honestly speaking, it doesn't look like 8 inches, you know, long, but it is. It's 8 inches long. And I absolutely love her. Let me bring her up. Well, maybe you guys can see it a little bit better if I hold her up. She's got her little elf ear. You can totally pop that out or leave it in. I left it in so that you guys can see that she's got a little elf ear on there. So all you gotta do is pop that little elf ear out if that's something that you want to do. I try to give her a lot of texture, you know, in her wing, and give her like a little bit of sass. And at the same time, her name is Daphyre. So I wanted her wings to kind of look like flames a little bit. So it's got like that flamey kind of look. And then the same thing with her hair, to make it seem like she's literally in the middle of this, you know, she's in the air, she's flying, or she's just hovering, because, you know, pixies hover. They fly too, but they hover. So she could also be, you know, on one of those, and then her hair is kind of like off to the side, and then you have right and left, so you're gonna get 2 and 2. And again, this is about 8 inches by 3 inches in width, I believe. You know, from hand to tip of the wing there. And this is it, you guys, for this part of it. Like I said, I'm gonna have more. And right now I'm gearing towards doing 2 releases a month, so I'll definitely have more stuff for July, and hopefully, you know, everything will run a little bit smoother moving forward, since everything's kind of like, you know, the ball is already rolling. So we've got some dragonflies, some butterflies, some dragonflies, butterflies, and what else, and what else, and here's the other butterfly. And I don't know, I feel like I'm missing something, but I don't remember what it is right now, so we're just gonna let it be. And we have other butterflies. So that's basically what we're going to be working with today. Let me go ahead and put these away. Again, you can find these over at HappyDayCrafts.com. The site is now secured for your protection. I've gone ahead and added the security certificate to the site. So everything is good to go. Your information is now encrypted. So you don't have to worry about that. Also, remember, none of your credit card information is stored on the site. Okay, the site is, you pay through PayPal. If you don't have a PayPal, it's okay. You can also pay with your credit card, but it's gonna use the PayPal portal in order to, you know, retrieve the funds, so on and so forth. So you can shop feeling safe. I know that was a concern for some people, and honestly, I really didn't realize how much, you know, how much of a situation that was until I started to actually research it. So I want to thank everybody that brought that to my attention. So yes, but you know how it is. Those things are expensive to, you know, they're expensive to buy. So I had to get myself together before I can take that leap. But we are here, you guys. So this is what we're gonna work on. And my idea is to basically add one on the cover and add the other one on the other cover. See, and it fits in perfectly. So when I open it, it's like, oh, yes, right? I think I'm actually gonna hear it singing every time I open it, hopefully. So without further ado, these I'm gonna add at the end. Let me go ahead and get those out of there. Okay, and I'm gonna open up my journal on the back, and we're gonna gesso this first, because we're going to be using some sprays today to decorate this. And that is what we're going to do. So I've gone ahead and made some gesso for myself, some of my little DIY gesso. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of add this a little bit here and there. And the only reason that I'm really going to gesso it is because I'm going to spray it, and I don't really know. I've never used those sprays before, so I don't know how thick or how light they are. I'm just going to add a little bit of gesso. And I am like searching for regular baby powder, and I cannot find it anywhere. So I'm using the cornstarch baby powder, which I really don't like, to be honest with you. I have to get glycerin to add glycerin into it. So when I make it, I do try to use it up as fast as I can. And this is a mixture of baby powder, paint, and glue. And glue is as in school glue, you know, the white Elmer's glue. So we're just going to do this and just kind of add this in there. Trying to get rid of any little chunky bits in the process. And again, this is just taking your journal to another level. So if you end up ordering this this journal, then you can totally play with it. You can turn these into junk journals. You can turn these into albums. You can turn them into so many things. I mean, this is already half of a lap book already. All you have to do is add pockets. So you don't necessarily have to use them for the purposes of art. If that's not really what you're into, if you like to play with papers and work with papers, and you can totally, you know, use this as a base to make your journals, your albums, your lap books, you know, things of that nature. And again, I am selling. I just have to add it. That's the one thing I haven't added to the store. As the refills, I am going to add them. They're going to come in packs of 10. Basically the same exact thing, minus the cover. Okay, they'll come pre-folded for you to be able to just add them in there. And we'll be good to go. I do want to do some, I want to add some texture on here with some of my stencils. So we're going to do that as well. And this is already drying, as you can see. So depending on what kind of gesso you're using, you might want to do 1 or 2 coats. What I like about this kind of journals is the fact that I can take my pages out. I don't have to be confined to the insides of the book. So I can just pull out my 12 by 12 sheets and just work on them as they are. Either I want to work with them in full, or I want to work on the side. I don't have to be stuck in the book. I can just take it out, tape it down, or, you know, hold it down however I need to and use it like that. So many, many ways that you can totally use this book. And again, if you want, you can cut it up. You can make 2 books out of 1 book if you want to have a 6 by 6, or if you want to have the full 12 by 6. That is completely up to you. So we're going to do that and continue to do this. And just give this a little coat. A little coat. And remember, you guys, this is chipboard, so I always recommend that if you're going to work on these pages for mixed media, that you do go ahead and prime your pages with some gesso. You don't have gesso, you can make gesso with baby powder, glue, and a little bit of paint. And you can adjust the color of your gesso depending on the kind of paint that you add into it, the color that you add, so you can totally customize your gesso for different colors. And you could also make your paste from that same gesso recipe. All you have to do is just add more baby powder. Okay? Can you imagine making customized journal spray? Exactly, you can. You can. Cindy's here. Hi, Cindy. How are you, love? You totally can. You can customize it and make whatever you like. You can turn these into whatever you like. And that's the awesomeness of it. Like you guys, I told you guys before that I was going to totally stay away from, like, you know, not totally stay away, but like at least put it to the side for a little bit. But making lap books and stuff, and here I go making a journal that looks just like it. Like I said, I always said it, I really do enjoy making lap books. It's just too many things to focus on at once. And I figured when I want to do those, I just do them when I need a break from like playing with paints, which is hardly ever. But every now and then I do get kind of like, I don't know. But I think that was more before that I wasn't really making my own stuff. So now that I am, I don't know. I've been just fueled with creativity. Every time I create a design, I think of 100 ways that I can incorporate that design into something. Okay. We're almost done with this part of it. And as you guys can see, it dries really, really fast. This gesso, homemade gesso recipes do tend to dry really, really fast, which is awesome. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I might have to gesso the fire. And her name is an abbreviation from Sapphire. I just changed the S for a D and called it the fire. Because I figured she would glow, right? She's a pixie. She's going to glow. Okay. All right. So we've got that. We've got that. We've got that. Let me just do this real quick. I'm going to heat blast it. Even though it's pretty dry, I'm going to heat blast it real quick. And then I'm going to pull my stencils out and start adding some layers and some texture with some of my stencils. Again, these stencils, you can find them over at my shop. And once I find, I do have other stuff that I have, like, you know, other products and stuff that I want to make. But again, I want to make them myself. So once those things are tested and become available, I'll let you guys know. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and grab me some paste. Gel modeling paste. Here we go. Hopefully that's not too dry. Oh, nice, nice, Cindy. I do have more D stashes that are coming up, you guys. Again, everything's just been kind of crazy. I will admit that I kind of went into a funk when my chipboards. I was struggling to get the chipboards that I needed. I was like, you know, stressed. So I was kind of, you know, tunnel visioning everything. I wasn't really focusing on a lot of other stuff. But the Lord has heard my prayer. Thank you, thank you. Amidst all this craziness, you still find time to listen to me. I do appreciate it. So let's go ahead and pull out some stencils. And what do I want? What do I want? Well, definitely, right? Let's go ahead and add some honeycombs to this. Okay, I'm not gonna use the grotto today. I think I'm gonna go with this. So let me see how I'm gonna do this. Let's see how this works. I haven't tried this stencil in this way, so bear with me, bear with me. And I need, where is my thingamabob? Does this fit in here? This is modeling paste, right? I'm looking at it because it kind of looks like glue. Hopefully it's not glue, right? Hopefully. All right. So I'm just gonna kind of go into it and just, I think I might want to make my own real quick. I don't think this is gonna be too thick. Let me see if I have another one. I know I have more. Let me look at my other drawer. All right. You know what? I'm gonna go with this one. This is actually a texture paint, which is extremely like heavy bodied acrylic, and it's dimensional acrylic, and it's by Deco Art, and it's basically super thick. So we're gonna go ahead and use this one because I think it'll give me a better result for what I'm trying to do. A phoenix lady? What do you mean? You mean like a lady with phoenix wings, like with the wingspan like spread out like that? Kind of like how my fairy looks, but a little different. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, baby. So I'm talking about. So I'm just gonna go like that and just kind of spread that on there. I'm just gonna do a thin little coat. Because again, we're gonna be spraying this. This is just to give me something happening in this background. Just to add a little something, something. You know, a little something, something. Okay. I have 15 bajillion things in a very small workspace. Okay. So let's go ahead and just hold it down. And from the top, just kind of push down. And let's just pull this out. And I'll be real interested to see like how all of this kind of works together. Let's see. Put it like right there in the center. And then we're going to try to dry this. Yes, the ever shrinking craft space, okay? And I hear about this Tim Holtz mat thinking like, okay, I saw him demo and he's like, yeah, you're supposed to keep everything around. You know, it's designed to keep your area clean, but it doesn't help when you put everything around it. You know, I'm like constantly loading, and you guys know how I craft. Like I grab everything and its mother when I'm gonna make something. Because I never know which way my my creativity is gonna go. Sometimes, you know, you have a plan in mind and that plan just goes right out the window the minute you sit down. So I just tend to grab a whole bunch of stuff and just put it all there just in case. And I try to keep my most used products like really, really close to me. I like that. I like that a lot. So let's see. Let's see what we do. First of all, I think we need to start heat setting this real quick. And look how messy my whole thing's getting already. And I just hope that this dries really quickly. I haven't used it in a while. Yes, that's part of the fun, the mess, creating it, but not so much cleaning it after. And I can't function. Like, it's funny because even though I know, like, I tend to pull out the stuff that I use the most, I have to put all that stuff away. Even if I'm going to pull out the same stuff for the next round, I have to put it all away or I can't start. Yes, or I can't start. Like, I have to clean up everything and put everything where it goes. And then I'm going to sit down to do another project or on another day and I pull it all right back out. So it doesn't make much sense, you know, in the long term of it all, but I can't help it. I'm like borderline OCD, I think. I don't even know. I don't even know, you guys, but it's just so much fun. It's just so much fun. I love it. So this paste is very is more I'm gonna say acrylic base than it is like modeling base, if I explain myself right. And the reason I say that is because you can totally see the glossiness of the paint over it. This will remain glossy unless you obviously, you know, use something to bring the shine down. I can't wait to see how this is going to look when I start spraying it with all these sprays coming. I checked out all those countries. Oh, awesome. I'm so glad you enjoyed them. You freed up a whole drawer. You freed up a whole drawer. I was like, yes. I actually have a little bit of what I had. I literally filled it in with boxes. But I had actually emptied out a whole shelf. I was so excited. I still have flowers and stuff like that there that are on the site now. I think I have a box of flowers. And I have another one here that I haven't put up yet. But that one is like mostly all different types of like paper flowers. I'm seeing that this is going to take magic eraser. Magic. All cleaned up, no water needed. All right. And that's the cheap one, the one you get from like Dollar Tree and Dollar General. That comes in the pack of like 3. Good, because I haven't used my paper punches in a long time, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm on a different journey right now, and I don't know when this journey is gonna end. But for right now, I'm on a different place, and it's mostly mixed media. It's mostly, you know, art related. So I'm like, instead of just having a whole space there, just give it forward. Give it forward, and I have a whole bunch of stuff still to get rid of. And I'm trying to leave the prices low enough that you guys will buy. All right. All right. I think it's dry enough for us to be able to continue on to the other layers. So let's go ahead and add more layers. Okay, you guys. See? This is when desk attacks. When your desk attacks. Okay. Let's pick these babies up. Get up, my babies, get up. All right, let's grab another stencil and see what we're gonna do. Do I want to? Do I want to? I think I want to. Why not? Let's get froggy with it. Let's give it a little bit of snake skin. Even though this is called stretched link, it kind of looks like snake skin to me. So let's just add a little bit of snake skin on there. I think that this would look so cool if you do like albums and you use this for the spine and you like emboss it or texture it on the spine and then paint it or whatever. Like, oh my goodness. I think that would look super, super cool. I gotta tell the lap book side of my brain, down, lap book side, down. We're not doing those right now. We're not doing those right now. Focus, focus, focus. All right. Oh, let me just add a little bit to that little corner up there. And again, all these layers, all this is going to do is actually add another layer of protection to your book. So have fun. Have fun. Have fun. Okay. I don't know if I want that there. A little bit up there, a little bit up here. Let's see. And I would like to say, I think this is going to create some kind of a resist. I don't know. I know that there's some of those. I know that the Seth Apter is like a permanent ink. I think it's dye based. I think it's permanent. So we'll see. I'm interested to see the reaction that it's going to have with this paint that I'm using right now. You can make a fence out of this too. It looks kind of like a fence, and that's really cool when you can use one thing and think of a whole bunch of different ways to use it. And I try to, when I create my design, I try to think of how many ways I would use this, and how many ways can I use this. And if I can come up with a whole bunch of different ways, and I'm like, okay, you're good to go. Because everybody's brain works a little bit different, and we all see different things and different uses for things, when we see them. So I try to think of a whole bunch of things like, okay, how can I use you? How can I use you? So this looks like a stretched out, like zoomed in, what the snake skin looks like. It can also be used as a fence. It can also be used as a gate, or just simply just to add little textures here and there. We'll just stretch that out. And let's go ahead, I think, and dry this a little bit, and then we'll add the last layer of stenciling. Look at my hands. You gotta love it when your hands get dirty. Zoila, ¿cómo estás, mujer? ¿Cuánto tiempo? Hacen años. How you doing, love? All right. Yes, I try, Cindy. I try. I definitely try. And it's been, it's been a long evolution. It's been a long work in progress. I'm still evolving, you guys. I'm still evolving. Nowhere near done. All right, so let's go ahead and heat set this. Everything is falling. Everything is falling. So let me just heat this up real quick. Let me try to remember where it is that I put it. And again, this is just to give it texture. Thank you. I've missed you. I was like, and you know what's funny? I was thinking about you a while ago, a couple months back actually. I was like, damn, what happened to Zoila? It's been a couple years now, and I was like, I hope your mom's okay, because I remember, I remember what was going on back then. So I was like, wow, I hope everything's okay. But I'm glad you're back. As you can see, still doing the same old, same old. So we're just gonna do that and dry this up. And you can totally grab like your acrylic paint and just like add powder to them. Add like baby powder, and you can also make paste like that, you guys. There's so many different, I'm telling you, so many different DIYs, different ways of doing things. I'm always in MacGyver mode all the time, because for many, many years I went without, so I had to like figure it out. So through all of that, now I'm like, oh, I need this. Okay, let me just make it real quick. And I just start making stuff. So don't ever put your art on hold because you feel like you don't have this or you don't have that. No, DIY it. DIY it. When you can't buy it, DIY it. Well, I'm glad you're back. When you can't buy it, DIY it. DIY it. When you can't buy it. And that's another reason why, like, I'm trying to keep my prices like super reasonable. You know, at the end of the day, for me, the biggest joy comes from you guys actually creating, from me creating, from having inspiration, you know, having that creative energy, like when all those little things line up and you're like, wow, I can do this. Let me do this. That to me is the biggest joy of all. Especially when you guys share with me, like, oh my God, you guys don't understand. Okay, let's see. Almost there. Almost there. I think it's at least dry enough where I can add the next layer. And I do have another stencil that I didn't pull out, which is the Wiggles. I would have liked to have added that in here, but it's okay. Because she's going to be flying, and I think that the Wiggles would have gave it... let me see if I find it. Because I do want to add a little bit of the Wiggles in there. Let me see if I find it. Okay, give me a second, you guys. I have like a whole corporate office on top of my... on top of everything else that I'm doing. I have like a whole little section now to keep files so that I can keep track of orders and keep track of, like, you know, stencils that I've made and test things to be tested. So just give me 1 second though while I try to find it. I know it's gotta be around here somewhere. Hopefully, if I don't find it, that's fine, but I would have liked to have used it. Wiggles, where are you, Wiggles? Where are you, Wiggles? Wiggles is hiding. So Wiggles said, no, not today, miss. Not today. Okay, okay, no problem. I understand. All right, so then since we're not going to do the Wiggles, then I guess I'm going to have to use the cobblestone. Yeah, let's do some cobblestone, right? Let's do some cobblestone. Which side? This side? Okay, and you could use the stencils any side. Hola, Abril, ¿cómo estás? How you doing, love? Who else is here with us today that I haven't seen in a little bit? Ah, thank you, Abril. You guys, don't forget, if you go to my site, I have a guest book there. I would love to be able to document everybody that has stopped by the site, you know, and all the well wishes. I would love to be able to document that so that I can like have that forever. So that's always gonna be a staple on the store. That way you guys can like write your little comments and stuff like that on there, and I could have that forever. It's almost like, you know, when you graduate from high school and they have the little the yearbook and everybody signs it. It's kind of like my little yearbook. Yeah, this is the cover for my journal, and this is what the journals look like. This is what the journals look like as a whole. They come with the elastic and everything comes ready to go. You can take the pages out. You can customize and use them however you like. So let's go ahead and add some cobblestone onto here so we can actually start working with our fairy, you guys. The newest, the fire. The fire. Right? I think she's fire, you guys. Well, that's awesome. Yes. All right, so let's go ahead. Because I know a lot of people are scared of like creating like on bigger surfaces because they never know like what to do with it. And it just seems so daunting when you have such a big space and you're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But you don't have to fear it, especially when you have like chipboards and stuff like that and stencils. You don't have to fear it because it all kind of works together. It all works together. And before you know, you have a whole page and you're like, oh wow, I can't believe I did that. I have those moments all the time. Still to this day. I still shock myself, which is awesome. That's how you know you're still humble. Because you still get excited and you still get shocked every time you make something. I'm like, wow, I can't believe I did that. Oh my God, I love it, love it, love it. Those are genuine feelings, you guys. That's me genuinely expressing how happy I am. All the time, all the time. Okay, let's see. Let's add some more over here. Again, I just wanted to add a lot of texture onto this book because, you know, this is going to be my journal. I'm going to be working with this live with you guys. So make sure that you tune in for that. Whenever you guys see the hashtag CBJ, which stands for Chipboard Journals, then that's the days that I'm going to be working on this journal. And I'll be creating using either chipboards or just regular things that you can do. This will make great for like napkin collages or any kind of collages. So if you like to do collaging, this is great for that. Again, so many different uses. Anything you could put your mind to do, anything you can make in any other book, you can totally make it in this. You can totally make it in this. Okay. Let me just see how I'm gonna put this so that I can put this. Okay. And the stencil I'm using right now is my 3-in-1 stencil. It features a brick wall. It's got a cobblestone, or bubbles, which is what I heard them calling it yesterday in Sassoon's channel. The bubbles, the bubbles. I'm like, it's cobblestone. But, you know, it's bubbles if you want it to be bubbles. That's fine. If you want to use it like bubbles, you can. So I guess for what they were doing, it was bubbles. If you haven't checked out his video, check it out. He hasn't played with stencils in quite a while. And, you know, obviously, since I'm making all of these different things, he's like, oh, I want to play with that. And I was like, eh. He's like, I want to play with it. I'm like, okay, go ahead, go ahead. So I always do that to him anyway. That's just teasing. So he did a video yesterday, and he was like playing with the stencils. It's him and my son-in-law. So if you guys want to go check that out, it's Sassoon's Vintage World. Definitely go and check it out. He has so much fun, and the thing came out so super cool. And this is somebody who's not really he doesn't really work with stencils that often. So if he can do it, you guys can do it too. Hello, Kim. Yes, Chipboard Journal. That's what we're working on right now. I'm decorating the cover, and it's kind of like in a lap book style. So it's a wraparound, and then the pages come out. It's got elastic. They're refillable. I have to add the refills to the site, you guys. I haven't added the refills to the site. I'm gonna add that as soon as I get off the live today. But yeah, I think that's good enough. If anything, I might do a little bit of collaging here and there. Let me just try to put this somewhere. I'm gonna have to clean that out. Let me get this out of the way. Okay. And let's dry this really quickly. Well, as quickly as we can. And I'm going to be doing 2 releases a month, you guys. So for this month of June, this is the chipboard release. And not next week, but the week after that, I'll come with a new stencil release. And that's how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to do a chipboard release and a stencil release a month. That way I don't oversaturate the site with so many different things that you guys get lost. So every month is going to be a new you know, set of designs. The designs are going to fall in category with the categories that I already have there, unless it's something that doesn't fit in any of those categories. And at that point, I'll create a new one. So I have steampunk, like steampunk-ish. I have sea themes right now. I have bears and lions and tigers. Oh my! I have a little bit of everything as far as that. So yeah, definitely check it out. More things are coming. More things on the way. I have a lot of designs that I haven't been able to test, so I'll be testing those out. And if you guys have any special requests, then just let me know, and I can see how I can accommodate you. Things that are too intricate are really hard for me to do on the machine until I upgrade it, which is a work in progress, but we're going to be getting there soon, God willing. Once I upgrade that machine, then I'll be able to do a lot more intricate designs and also be able to work on thicker materials. So I'm really excited about that. So we'll see how it all kind of goes. Okay. This is not like regular texture paste, so it takes a little bit longer to dry because it's a different kind of composition that this texture paint has. Oh, thank you, Cindy. Yes, you guys are amazing. All right, so let's see. Almost there, almost there. Let me just kind of turn this over. And I'm going to be decorating the inside with paper, so I'm not going to worry too much about the inside because that's all going to be covered up. That's why I did the adjustment first before I glued the paper down. And I'm just going to heat this up from this side as well so that everything kind of, you know, kind of does double action for me there. And hopefully, all right, I can kind of set this to the side a little bit for right now. And this is just to continue to dry. So we have a lot of different things going on in here, but actually what I might do, what I might do, let me see, you guys, because I think I want to add some collaging on here real quick. And I have some papers here that I worked on when I did my jelly printing the other day. So we have a whole bunch of like little jelly prints that I think that I can use. This was me playing with some of my stencils and just having a little bit of fun. I'm not very well versed in the whole jelly printing world just yet. So it was mostly testing than anything else. I'm trying to see. Maybe that one. Maybe that one. I just want it for the color, really. I think I'm going to use this one instead. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of Mod Podge real quick a few pieces of paper on here. Just to add a little bit of text. Just to add something other than just that. Kind of fill out some of those empty spaces. Okay. So let's just go ahead and add a few little bits and pieces here. We're going to add them in just random, totally random orders. Just going to add a whole bunch of different little spots. A bunch of different little spots. We'll see. Maybe. Okay. If I need more, I can get more. Yes, Sassoon's Vintage World. That's my hubby. Oh, Ada's telling her. Sorry. Okay. Let's see. Okay. And just gonna grab a little bit. You hear me? I'm just gonna grab a little bit. Put it on my little bowl right here. So I can just kind of work off of that. I am the definition of a messy crafter, you guys. And it's funny because as messy as I am, I have to have things organized before I can actually work. So it's kind of strange, but it works. It totally works. So this is gonna have like a different effect, I guess, on the sprays. And I'm gonna be using the new Dina Wakley Gloss Sprays as well as the Seth Apter sprays. So we're gonna see how those are gonna work. I'm gonna be using them together. So I'm excited to see how they react with each other. And also how they react to what I have going on here on this page. And I'm using my very well-loved Finnebear brush. Let me just add glue in here. This is my little glue bottle, my little glue bowl. That's why it has saran wrap on it. Because I pour my glue in there and then I make my books and make all my stuff and seal off the rest. Her name is Ada. Thank you, Abril. And he is awesome. He's my little king of vintage. honestly speaking, his transformation has been the most amazing to witness because he was somebody that used to make fun of me for crafting. And he says it himself. He's like, I used to ask, like, what the hell? You wasted all this money on all this stuff. And then look at him. He's like, oh, Tim Hortons got new sprays. Oh my God, it's the cutest thing. I'm like, yeah, he does. So he got himself the cracked, what is it called? Speckled eggs or something like that. I don't, no disrespect to the name, but I just don't recall. I know it's something speckled. I don't know if it's speckled eggs or I know it's blue. It's like a light blue. So he was so excited. And I think that's kind of what started this whole thing of, I want to work with stencils too. Let me try some stencils. But it's just been so awesome to witness, like, his whole growth, like, his evolution. He's still learning every day more and more. And it's just been such a blessing to watch that happen live and direct. From somebody who never crafted a day in his life, I think, outside of kindergarten, to like doing the things that he's doing now, I'm just like, wow, that's so amazing. Okay, maybe a little bit one more right here. And again, you're probably not even gonna see most of this paper that I'm adding on here because that tends to be the motif with me. So you might not even see a lot of this paper that I'm adding here. I tend to add paint everywhere, or at least add color everywhere. I can't, for the life of me, I can never create something where I leave all that white space. Like I see a lot of crafters, well, artists, that when they do like their work, they'll leave like all of this empty space. And I'm like, no, you need to put paint. Like it's missing something, even though the piece looks beautiful. I'm like, it's missing something, you need more color there. I'm OCD with the color, so to me, it needs to be full in order to be right. Okay, let me close this up. At least for my liking. Okay, let's go ahead and just real quick. Let's give it a little helping hand. This is the one part I don't like about live streaming is the having to dry live. I hate that. Honestly, I dislike it immensely. Because I feel like it takes so much time away from you guys being able to see me do something else. All right, so I'm going to put that to the side for right now. And we're going to gesso the fire. We're going to gesso the fire. And I'm still debating on what colors I'm going to make her, but I have a few of the Finnabair waxes that I think I'm gonna try to play with. I've never played with them before. So we're going to see how that kind of works. So I'm going to go ahead and gesso this really quickly. Yes, it's definitely been awesome. Although we do end up, like, I have to hide my stuff. I'll be hiding my stuff and he'll be hiding his stuff from me too. But that's fun. That's fun, you know. So you'll always hear him making like little comments in his videos because like literally I'll be like, yo, don't touch my stuff. Let me touch it first. Let me touch it first and then you can play with it, okay? Yeah, I'm like, what is this? This is the glue. Yeah, this is the gesso. Okay. I have to make sure because all my bottles look alike. So I'm just gonna do this and just kind of prime her real quick. And what's super cool is that the more that I play with the more designs that I make, not to say that the easier that it's becoming because every single design has its trials with it, you know, especially because I have to cut it. It's not so much about just looking at it on the screen and saying, oh, it looks awesome. I actually have to be able to cut it. Otherwise, it's no use to me. But it is becoming a little bit easier, I will say. To a certain extent, it's becoming a little bit easier, just the process of it all. At the beginning, I was kind of pulling my hair out a little bit because I knew what I wanted to do, but I had to learn how to do it the right way. Okay, so we have her. I'm just making sure that she is 100% coated. Come on, come on, come on. Don't get stuck. I have an extra one just in case. Because you never know. You never know. Let me just make sure I don't have any excess. And these chipboards really hold things well. I'm gonna use both of them, one on each side. Yeah, her name is Defire. So DA''P'8, kind of like Sapphire, but with a D instead of a S. So it's Sapphire, but with a D. So it's Defire. So we're gonna go ahead and put that one up there and do the same thing to this one. Yeah, I want to put one on each of the flaps that kind of close the book up. So I can't make it two-dimensional because again, I'm gonna be using this to create art in. So I don't want to make it two-dimensional to the point that I can't, you know, work on a flat surface if I needed to. But I do want to add some embellishment and just some style and some pizzazz, you know, to the book. And I might even cut her out even bigger for another project because I think she would look amazing on a canvas. But if I'm gonna make her on a canvas, I want her to be big. So right now this is 8 inches, and it don't even look like 8 inches, to be honest with you. It don't even look like 8 inches. But she's 8 inches by 3, approximately 3 inches. Gotta be careful because it does have glue in it, and you don't want to glue your thing down. Wait, schmutz there. Little schmutz out of there. Okay. With the last drawing, oh, I have to do that one. Now that I got the chipboard, thank you, Ada. I have to do that. So what's today? Today's Sunday. I'm thinking that maybe by Wednesday I'll do the next drawing. I'll do the redraw for that because the person that won my $20, I think it was $20 gift certificate for my store. They're all the way in Italy, so I can't ship out there right now. I mean, I just started, and he kind of was, and it's a guy, which is fine. I you know, it didn't matter to me because we all create, like my husband. So he told me, he was like, oh, send me a $20 Amazon. I was like, wait a minute. That's not what we're doing here. Sorry. This is supposed to be for the store, so it's for store items. Yeah. I appreciate you watching, but you know, not quite there at the international rate just yet. Hopefully, you know, once my store gets really off and running, efficiently and effectively, then I'll be able to include international, because I do want to include international. I have a lot of international support on my site, you know, on my channel, not my site. I do have a lot of international support on my channel, and I want to be able to incorporate them. But between the whole, you know, Corona thing and now everything else is happening, things have been a little slow. And my chipboard wasn't here, so, which is a lot of things. But I am going to do the redraw for that. So thank you, Ada, for reminding me. The reason that I didn't do it before, because I was waiting for my chipboard to get here. Because I'm like, what is the point of giving them a gift card to buy stuff that they can't have, you know, tomorrow, let's say. So now that I have the chipboard, now I can do that. So yay. So I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to work today on, I'm going to go on the store today and figure out how to do, you know, gift cards. I have never done that. So I have to figure that out. Yeah, it's Sunday. Oh, wow. God bless him. That's amazing. What a beautiful, beautiful blessing, honestly. That is amazing. Let me go ahead and just kind of dry these up a little bit. Add a little bit of heat to them. The fire is on fire. Wow. Me, huh? Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. That is amazing. Y que Dios te lo bendiga. Ada, I'm gonna make you a mod. Is that okay with you? Because not for nothing, you've been like super helpful. You've been super helpful in the past couple months, and I think that you deserve the mod. I think that you deserve the hammer. The drawing, remember that I was gonna do one big drawing, like it was supposed to be for like everybody that supported the posts and the videos, and I was gonna grab everybody's name, and I did a live drawing for it, and somebody from somebody from out of the country is the person that won, and I couldn't give that person that because the rules were it was for US only, like I stated that from the gate. So I'm able now to do a redraw, and I think you're on the list as well. If you've commented on those videos, and basically it was you had a comment on the videos with the hashtag HappyDayCrafts, and I put videos and I put posts up on my community section. So, and that's something that I'm gonna keep doing. So if you guys want to be included in those things, that's why today's video is also hashtag. Just come back to the video after and comment, because there's gonna be one drawing at least a month. I'm gonna try to do at least one drawing a month, if not one drawing every other month at the latest. And I don't put videos up like crazy. You guys know I put a video up a week, maybe a video to a week, and usually it's a live stream more so than it is a video. And I do put community posts more than anything. My community, I put more community posts using the hashtag than I do videos. But all you have to do is comment on those videos that have the hashtag HappyDayCrafts. I do have quite a few of them for that. For May, that's closed already. Even though I haven't wrote close on it, that's officially closed because I already wrote everything down. I already did the first drawing. And again, I have to do a redrawing for that. But we're in June now, you guys. So anything from June moving forward, anything with the hashtag HappyDayCrafts.com, make sure that you ring that bell and just check periodically on my channel, because again, YouTube doesn't always notify you of everything. And although I do try to post it up on my community, my Facebook and my Instagram, still sometimes things get lost in translation. So just be aware that I'm going to be giving away $20 gift cards, and $20 can buy you a lot on my store. If you go there, you'll see $20 can get you a lot. And the shipping is first class shipping. So basically you're paying by weight. So unless you buy like a whole bunch of stuff and it's cheaper for me to send it to you in a flat rate, then I'll do that. And then I'll refund you whatever the difference is if you end up overpaying for shipping. That's what I've been doing so far. Because the shipping part of it is the trickiest part, I think, when it comes to running a store, is actually, figuring out how much things are going to cost when you actually take it to the post office. Right now, I think I have a pretty good gauge of what it is, but, I added a chipboard journal. I don't know how much that's going to be. I have to go take it there and figure out how much extra that's going to be. But I think I added a rational amount for that for right now. I think I put it like at $2 or $3 because I don't think it's going to cost that much to ship it out. But yeah, really, really reasonable. I did a lot of changing around because as I see how things work and things don't work, then I fix and I try to work with you guys, since you guys are so patiently working with me. Okay, Anastasia. Carmen, take special orders. I ordered something she didn't have. Oh, yes. Yes, I do take special orders. As long as I can do it. And I'll let you know if I can do it, if I can't do it. I'll let you know. I do take special orders. So, and again, the prices are going to be really reasonable with basically within the flow of what you already see on the site right now. So, all right, you guys. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me put these babies to the side because it is time to play with the sprays. It is time to play with the sprays. So I'm just gonna put this little thing here because I have my let me actually block this because I have my Anna Griffin cutting machine right there, and I would cry if this gets paint on it. So I kind of, you know how like when a person stands with a newspaper in front of them, that's kind of what I did to my my little machine there. All right, so oh my goodness, you guys, we're just gonna go in and have fun. I'm just gonna go ham, and spray. And I'm trying to kind of block off anything that's behind my desk over here. So hopefully I don't make too much of a commotion. We'll see. All of my little bits and pieces. Yes. So this is my very, very first time using these. I didn't even like find the information for them or anything like that. Honestly speaking, I didn't even research the products too much. I did get to see, I think it's Nelly's Artistic Creation, work with the Dina Wakley ones. But these Seth Apter ones, I think they're like regular sprays. So I think I'm going to use the Seth Apter ones for my base. And then I'll go in with the glossy sprays over it and see what it does. And then I have here this Izink paint. So I think I'm going to add even more stenciling after it, maybe with some of this and see how it works. I don't know. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. Yes, this is the best part. And when you get your journal, you're going to have so much fun decorating it. And you could decorate it however you like. And it's a little bit warpy right now because it's still kind of moist in there. But as you put it together and everything dries and you put it all back together, it'll be fine. Especially once you add, oh my goodness, popping tags, you guys. I'm popping tags. See, I'm the kind of person that when I shop, I only shop for things that I know that I'm going to use for the most part. However, there was a time a couple years back when I kind of went into a tunnel and I was like window shopping mentally, but physically buying everything. It was supposed to be window shopping, but Carmen just couldn't get her finger off the trigger. So I was buying a whole bunch of stuff and come to find out that I was like, I really didn't care too much for it at the end of the day. So that's the stuff that I'm going to be destashing now. A lot of those things that I kind of started to use but didn't really use all the way. So Sapphire is blue, so definitely we need some blue up in here. Because even though her name is Defire, it's still a derivative of Sapphire, which I believe is blue because that's my mama's birthstone. Right? That's September's birthstone, right? Sapphire? Safiro! Playtime, playtime, yes! Sorry, you guys, I should have done all of this beforehand, but I didn't. I've been so excited. My chipboard arrived on Friday, and I was like jumping up and down. You guys don't even know. I was just like, thank you, God. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because even though you're sometimes late, you never leave me behind. Sometimes he's late, but he never leaves me behind. That's for sure. Okay. So we got that. So we got a few blues, some greens, a little bit of a pink here. I really like that pink. It's very pretty. It's like a rose gold, almost kind of like what it looks like, that pink. And the names are a little bit strange. It's supposed to be like a copper, but it's got some other, it's like French or Italian or something, I don't know, mixed with it. So yeah, I think Sapphire comes in different colors. I think the blue gets so intense that it almost looks like a black. I'm learning new things every day. Remember, I'm the person that calls every cereal Cheerios, okay, and every flower is a rose. Every flower is a flower, like, okay. That's this, that's that. I have to literally like Google the name of stuff all the time because I'm terrible with that. Okay, but I'm not gonna fiddle with that too much. So we have these, and then we have the Dina Wakleys. And I have white. I have this kind of peacock color. I have this baby blue color. I got the orange, a pink, a purple, and then like a dark blue. So like I said, we're gonna go with these for now. These regular ones, which is the Seth Apter ones. So I'm gonna start with that and just see what happens. Because remember, we also have, I did my all of my texturing with the Americana Decor texture, which is an acrylic based kind of texture paste. It's really a paint, but it's like, you know, like a paste. Yes. And thank you for the thumbs up. Oh, let me make you a mod real quick. Hold up, Ada. Because I've been doing these early sazons working too, so let's see. How can I do this? How easy is this to do this from here? Can I do this from here? Add moderator. There we go. Come on, do it. Yay. Ada has the hammer. Write something, Ada. Let's see if your hammer comes out. All right, so I'm going to use this blue one to start and just kind of see. Oh, beautiful. What a pretty blue. And I think that that paste that I use is going to create some kind of a resist. So I'm eager to see kind of like what happens. And let's add a little bit of green because you guys know I love me green, right? I love me some green. Yeah, she got it. She got that hammer. Oh, how pretty. That's a true green right there. I love that. Where did I put my mister? Right here. Right here. Let's see. Spray a little bit of water on there. Ooh, I like it already. I like it already. Yes. Okay. Now, let me add a little bit of this white. It's like a pearl. And these are supposed to be like they don't clog, it says. Supposedly these don't clog. I don't know if that's true or not. Yeah, it says no clog on the bottle. So I hope so, because that's the reason why I don't use a lot of sprays, because all the bottles clog. Ooh, yes. Let's dry a little bit and keep on adding layers. Oh my goodness. Ooh, look how I call on those paper strips. Yes. Dame más y más me conviene. Love it, love it. Oh my goodness. I'm going to try to get some prints off of here real quick, you guys, if you don't mind, because I might as well, right? Turn it into the gift that keeps on giving. So let's do that. Yes. Give me more. Give me more. You never know what you can use these little bits for. I already have some pattern paper for my first art journal page. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Let me show you guys so far what is happening here. And like I said, there's some kind of a resist. Yep. There's some kind of a resist on there. So you just kind of see. Ooh, you can kind of like clean it up a little bit. But I don't want to do that. Let me just do this instead. Now we're going to go and add some more colors because it's about the layers. So let's go ahead and add this pink, which is... Yeah, I know. I have to do that. I have to get into the habit of doing that. Like, I have certain things that I just don't do. I tell others to do, but I just don't do myself. Thank you, Zoila. Yes, right? Getting all those little extra bits and pieces. This is really pretty. This is like a copper, but it looks kind of pinkish to me. Venus, how did you get out? Wow, yes. Hi, Venus. Hi, girl. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? No, 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 you can't have that. Oh, you're getting treats? You're getting treats? What happened? What happened? Yes. Go with Angie. No, you can't do that right now. This is not our time. Go. Good girl. Hey, hey, hey. That's the wrong place to go. Sorry, you guys. Venus is here. My beautiful, beautiful dog. Come on. Go. Go with Angie. Don't sit down. My goodness. Anyway, I gotta keep doing what I'm doing. Angie, please take her. Oh my God, look how pretty that copper looks. And it's kind of pinkish, which is really pretty. Again, it reminds me of kind of like a rose gold, like a very intense rose gold. But I really do like it. And a little bit goes a long way with this thing. Like, it sprays really nicely. You don't end up using so much product. So we'll see. I really do like that. Oh my God, I love it. Let me turn this over so that you guys can kind of see everything that's kind of happening here. Yeah, they're pearlescent. These are pearlescent. So they do have like a kind of like a metallic-y property to them. These, I think, are regular. I don't think that these are pearlescent over here, but these are the copper one and the pearl one have like a pearlescence to them. And another reason why it's gonna look kind of shiny too is because again, I'm spraying it over that texture paste, which is glossy. This texture paste is already kind of glossy. Even when it dries, it's kind of glossy. And this is by Deco Art Americana Decor. And this is, does it have a color somewhere around here? It's white, basically white. But it's an awesome little paste. I have that in a couple different colors as well. Deco Art right now, you know, because everything's going down, it's been shut down when it comes to the artist helping artists program. So I'm waiting for them to reopen up so that I can request other, you know, new stuff from them. So I really like that. I really like the way that's looking so far. I don't know. I feel like she needs a little bit of purple, but I don't know if I want to add this purple. I think I'm going to dry this, and then I'm going to start adding some of my other sprays in here, which are the Dina Wakley. I want to see how they react with each other. So let's go ahead and just kind of heat set that real quick. Look at that beautiful color. I think I'm going to add more blue in here. I really like that blue. Just to make it a little bit more intense. And a little bit more full of coverage. Hello, Kim. Salmon Journal. Yeah, Decor has a whole bunch of products, you guys. Honestly, in my opinion, I feel like Decor is very underrated when it comes to the products that they have and the quality of their products in comparison to some of the other brands. I think we tend to go towards like those types of brands first, just because everybody else is using them. And there's just so many things that Deco Art has, even before some of the other ones had them. And people just kind of bypass it for the most part. So I'm really grateful to them for allowing me to be a part of their program, because I've been able to experience and learn a lot about their, you know, about different mediums, different products, different things, and just their uses. And it's just been such a blessing, honestly. I'm gonna give the Seth Apter sprays a 10. I love how it sprays. Love how it sprays, how it disperses. I love the fact that it's like a mist, so you get more coverage. But again, it's new, so it's gonna spray properly. Give it a few, and I'll tell you if that rate goes from a 10 to another number as I go using it. I will try to remember to wipe away my nozzle. Make sure you guys always clean the nozzle when you use sprays. Okay, a little bit more down here. I'm trying to dry it up so that it doesn't overly mix too much with the new. And then I'm going to try to wipe off some of that. But we'll see. We'll see how that all kind of goes. Still have a little bit of wetness over here. Yes. No, the sprays that I'm using right now are the Izink sprays. They're by Seth Apter. And I got these, where did I get these from? I got these from My Rusty Crown has them. So if you go to myrustycrown.com, she's got these. She's also got the Dina Wakley sprays as well, if I'm not mistaken. Or is that One Life's Creation? I think One Life's Creation has the Dina Wakley sprays, if I'm not mistaken. And Rusty Crown has these. But I did get these from Ranger as opposed to from One Life's Creation because I had a 25% off coupon for the whole checkout. So that's the only reason why I went there. But normally I go to either One Life's Creations or I go to My Rusty Crowns when I'm trying to find stencils and just, you know, mediums and paints and stuff like that. Because just because I make my own doesn't mean that I don't also support others. I do as well support others. Okay, so now that I got this pretty much dry, now we're going to go ahead and just see what happens with these. Now, these are glossy sprays, so this is going to add a whole level of sheen to this. I kind of want to spray this and just see if this reactivates. And the sprayer that I'm using is a very fine mist as well. So I just want to see what happens. See how much of that actually can still get picked up. These are supposed to be dye-based inks, so they're not supposed to. Once they're dry, they're not supposed to. But I guess since I reactivated them, I guess just you can still reactivate them to a certain degree. So that's good to know. But they're supposed to be permanent. Right? Dye-based inks are permanent because I saw him doing some kind of a demo with them, and he made references to the fact that they're supposed to be somewhat permanent. But look at those colors. They're beautiful. The colors are beautiful. Even if they're not permanent, they're beautiful. So now we're going to use some of these Dina Wakeleys, and I'm going to go in and shake these up as best as I can. They have a huge ball in them, which I think is really cool because sometimes you end up having to add that yourself. Okay, and I think I'm going to go with this white off the gate. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a spray of white. Let's see how this sprays. I'm going to add a spray of white in the center of each tab. Now this sprays really heavy. This is about 1.9, so it's a little less than 2 ounces. This spray is really, really heavy. So you definitely have to make sure you know how you're going to use this because you're going to go through this spray really, really fast. Okay, so I added a little bit of white in the centers of that. Now I'm going to go with this cheddar and just to kind of brighten it up a little bit, add a little bit of orange in there. Okay, Carmen, do you have a code for to use? No, because I bought these myself. These were not sent to me to, to demo them or anything like that. I bought these myself. This is how I stimulated. This is my stimulus. How I stimulated myself. I bought a few sprays that I didn't really have sprays. All I had, the sprays that I have, the sprays that I did myself, my DIY sprays, which I love, because they do the job. They've always done the job. But I didn't have nothing that was like, like this. And you guys know I'm always looking for new ways, new things, new colors to add, new mediums to play with. Are you doing good? Okay. All right, I'll leave guys. To leave the house at 1. To leave the house at 1? Mm-hmm. Am I going up that way? Yeah. Okay. What time is it now? I lost total track of time. Is it 11:45? Are we still good? All right. So these are the media sprays. These are glossy. Forgot what I was saying. But I'm just going to add this yellow here in the center. Again. Just going to add different things here. And I can already see that it's causing some kind of a reaction. I don't know if you guys can see that at all. But it's kind of causing separation between the colors. And I think that's kind of what they do. So I'm going to add some blue. I just love experimenting. Oh, yes, yes. But I think I'm going to do regular white paint for the splatters. Or maybe I'll do it with the Dina Wakley. We'll see. Okay. Now, adding a little bit of the blue. Not too much, because I have a lot of blue going on here. But just to kind of, I'm gonna use every color that I got here, basically. I don't know about this eggplant one though. Maybe not the eggplant. I'm not too much of a fan for purple, but I do like purple. I am gonna also rub some waxes on here because I do have. I'm basically testing out everything that I have, all the stuff that I just got, which are the sprays, and I've never tried the Finnabair waxes before, so I bought 3 of them to test it out. Again, I use these, which, honestly speaking, you know, size-wise is very different, but they're very different products altogether. From what I can gather, this one never dries because I think it's because it's made with beeswax. This one never dries. This is not made with beeswax, so it can dry. However, the awesomeness about the Deco Art waxes is the fact that they are also water soluble. So they can be permanent if you just apply them as they are, but they can also be water soluble, which means that you can use them for watercoloring. You can also water them down when they get dry and still apply it to your artwork and your art pieces and still get it, because I do that all the time here. And they're creamy when you first get them, but depending on how you store them, they will dry out with time. That's just what ends up happening. I know a lot of people that throw them out. I'm like, why are you throwing it out? Don't do that. But they're awesome. And that was my first introduction into waxes and stuff, was playing with the Deco Art ones. So I'm really excited to actually test out something that's a little bit different. Ooh, this one has like a darker. Can I add water to this? I don't know if I'm doing this right or not, you guys, but we're going to figure it out. I think I'm going to add a little bit more white now. And then let's just see what happens. This is a very fine mist. It's actually for the hair, but I recycled. I have no shame in my game, you guys. As long as it allows me to create art, I don't care. I don't care how I have to do it, what I gotta use. I noticed off the gate, these sprays don't move as much. So they're kind of stationary. Wherever you spray, that's where they tend to kind of stick. And they do move a little bit, but they don't move too much. So let's grab some paper and just kind of stick it in different places. Because when art doesn't come to you, you go to it. And let's just see kind of what happens. Having too much fun. What's that? I like that. And I think that once I add my chipboard girls, that's going to look amazing. Right there. And right there. Pow. Yeah, baby. And I'm going to spray these too. But I'm going to spray those probably in a more solid color. In the darkest color that I have of all of them, I think. Which I don't have black, which is a shame. I need to get black. I need to add a little bit more of this cheddar, I think. Let me just kind of, can I do that? Let's see. Ooh, splashes. Let's add some splashes. I like the splashes that how it splashes on the thing. Not too much, not too little. So I like that. Let's add some white splashes, right? That was highly recommended, highly requested, the white splashes. I'm trying to spray with a stencil and the baby wipe. I can do that on a separate one. So if you want, once I put this to the side, I'll do that for you real quick. I'll give you guys a demo on how it looks on the stencil. And let me just go ahead and just add a few sprinkles of this white. And I think this is basically going to be done. Once this is all dry, I'm going to go into it with my distress ink or some kind of ink, or maybe some of the waxes. I'm going to see how I do the edges because I want to do the edges. So I might do the edges with the wax. Don't waste too much of it. So gingerly, give me some bubbles gingerly. Don't put it all out there. Please, please don't put it all out there. Okay, so I kind of like that. Let's dry that a little bit. And we're gonna move this to the side and see what happens. Let's just see. Avalanche. Stay over here. See? The man needs to have a wall. So you can keep the other stuff from falling over. Okay, I'll check. I'll check. Yeah, because that's always a good thing to know if it's gonna be sticky or not. Especially since you're gonna be working in art journal pages, and obviously each page is gonna close over the next page. You don't want your pages sticking together. This is my tried and true colors. So you decorate it in the colors that you love. Me, I always go for like a sea kind of colors, you know, with the greens and the blues and the yellows. That's kind of like what I always go for. And you could totally make different journals for different things. So you could decorate one journal in a steampunk way. So when you're going to create steampunk art, you know, art projects, you could decorate one, you know, with a different style, depending on what it is that you're going to use that for. So you could totally customize these journals so that it inspires you to create in them, you know, under a certain theme, if you will. Or you can basically freehand it and just do whatever you want and just create for the love of creating as often as you can. I think this is mostly dry. So I do want to test it out and see if I can lift up. Now these baby wipes have alcohol in them, so I will give you that little disclaimer. They do have alcohol in them because I DIY my own alcohol wipes. Basically, super easy. Just pour the bottle of alcohol into the baby wipes. All right, so let's see. Let's try this one. So you do get some lift, but not too much lift. After it's dry, it's basically on there for the most part. Let's see. So you do get a little bit of lift, and I think that's mostly from the Seth Apter sprays, not so much the Dina Wakley. So I think that the Dina Wakley are going to be totally permanent. Once those goes on, that does not come off. Sticky wise, very low tag, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I can't necessarily tell you 100% if that's the paint or if that's just where I did the collaging, because I did put matte, you know, the matte medium over it. But it doesn't feel very sticky, but it is a little sticky. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little sticky. Okay. So we have this, and that. Now, what am I gonna do? Let's see. I flipped this over for a reason. I gotta figure out which is the side that I want for my cover. And then I'm gonna add some of that. Okay. So the shortest side, when you overlap it, you're gonna have this lip here. That's your inside panel. That's the part that folds inward. Okay. So it's gonna fold like that. So this is my front here. All right. So now that we've done that, let's go ahead and pull out some of this. And her name is The Fire. So you know that when it comes to her, I think I'm gonna make her. Let me put this to the side. We'll play with those waxes right now. Right now, I need her back in my life. And so you guys wanted me to demo real quick how it works with a stencil, right? So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that real quick for you. So let's get a stencil. So what is it that you wanted me to do? It's Ada, right? Ada is the one that asked me. Carmen, can you spray the stencil with baby wipe? Spray the stencil then with baby wipe. See what happens. Okay. All right. Hopefully this will be able to show. So let's go ahead and do that. And you want me to spray with which one? With the Seth or with the Wakley? Do we know which one you want me to test out? I'm gonna grab the Wakley one and try it with this one first, and then if anything, we'll see what we do with the other one. So let's put this down. I'm gonna spray from high so that I can hopefully capture the most. Why are you running in like that, girl? Oh, it scared the heck out of me. I was like, what happened? All right, and not so much for the baby wipe, but let me see if I find one that's kind of dry. Not too dry, but dry enough. And then you want me to do what? Where did Ada go? Did I lose her? I don't know if she wanted me to kind of like dab it on there, or different surfaces are gonna take the inks and the sprays differently. This is not primed, so the paper absorbed all of the color as soon as it landed. But look how cool, and it kind of gives you the drops in it already. So that looks really, really cool. Now let's see the Seth Apter, and I'm gonna try the white with him so that you guys can kind of see. This is very translucent, this white. Maybe in green instead. And then, oh my God, that's like an opportunity I can't miss, you guys. I'm sorry. It's an opportunity I cannot miss. I don't want to grab more paper. I can't. I'm sorry. I have to take the opportunity. Make the hair right. Oh, kind of like what I did with Lula. Oh, you're there. Okay. I had to kind of use up all that yumminess, right? Like we cannot let that go to waste. And so, I mean, this is kind of what it looks like. This side is the Dina Wakley. As you can see, there's a lot of overspray that happens with the Dina Wakley. So again, be very, very careful when using that spray because it's really thick. It's a beautiful spray. It has a beautiful effect. It gives you a nice glossy, permanent, design. Whatever ends up left is permanent. This is the Seth Apter on this side. I don't know if you guys can see that very well. This is the pearlescent white. And they have very different properties to one another. They're very different sprays. So you can actually get them both and not feel guilty because you're not getting the same thing twice. They do different things. But they're awesome. I love it. I love it. And I hope to feel the same about them later on as I keep dirtying the nozzles up and see what happens with that. But I love it. And it almost looks embossed. Even though it's not embossed, it almost looks embossed, right? Yeah, I had to. I'm like, oh, I can't. Like, I was just like itchy fingers. Like, oh my God, I gotta do it. All right. So with her, I have to spray her first, and then I'm gonna spray her with the blue, right? I'm gonna spray her with the blue. So I wanna use this dark blue. Oh, decisions. Yeah, I think I do want to spray her with the blue, but I want to use the darkest blue you got because I use that other blue. So I think I'm going to play with this one real quick and let's just see. Thank you, Zoila. It is not much of a review, honestly. I'm just playing with them and testing them out and just having fun with them, really, and just seeing kind of like what they do. For me to actually give an accurate review of this, I have to do a lot more research because these are fairly new. So I think we're all discovering new ways to kind of use it in a way. But for me, there's really no wrong way to kind of use it as long as you get the desired effect. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of spray my babies. Spray my babies. This is really good. I'm going to spray my babies. And then I'm going to spray my babies with the other blue. No, not the other blue. I'm gonna spray my babies with the copper, and then I'm gonna add the red to it. And I have no color theory in my mind. I just throw a whole bunch of colors together. 9 times out of 10, it works in my favor. Every now and then, not so much. But we're gonna see. Ooh, the face. Gotta give her that. Gotta give her that face, right? Right around the face area. And just for good measure, I am gonna go and grab one of my sprays if I can. One of my own DIY sprays, which is the black, because I don't have a black and I want to add black in there. So I think that I might have to, if I can find it. And I wasn't planning on using it today, but I do find myself needing that black in there somewhere. And I didn't get any black spray. Trying to see where the heck I put it. If I put it anywhere. I have a whole thing here that I put all my sprays in. I'm trying to see if I find it in here. Nope, found yellow. See, so Deco Art does have their own acrylic sprays, but the problem with the Deco Art sprays is that it clogs the nozzle. That's why I don't really promote it too much. Because when something's good, something's good. But when something needs work, it needs work. And that, my friends, still needs work. Okay, I don't find it. I don't find it. I don't know what I did with it. Okay, and then what did that? Just add a little bit of white. You know what? I'm gonna add a little bit of the Dina Wakley Gloss and white as well. Something like that, right? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like something is missing, but I'm gonna leave it like this, and then we'll add the red and see what happens from there. They won't spray. No, they get clogged. Hi, Debbie. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, they get clogged really easily. They're, what I will say, they're amazing. Like pigment wise, oh my goodness. With one bottle, you can make like 4 bottles. Honestly, I've done it. So pigment wise, they're highly pigmented. It's an amazing product, but I think because of the way that it is, the nozzle is just not good for it. So maybe trying it on I've tried it on different nozzles and they all get clogged. So I think it's the particles in it, they're just a little bit too thick for it, but they're amazing and they're permanent and they blend beautifully. But they have their issues. They do have their issues. I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something. Let me see. I need gold. I need gold. I need gold. I need gold. I need gold or copper. Copper, gold, it all looks the same to me when they're in bottles. Yeah, they're I mean, like I said, they're really good. They're permanent. You know, it's my first experience with sprays, but that's kind of what discouraged me at the same time, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna be investing money in sprays and they're gonna all clog. So I just kind of DIY'd my own and took it from there just to be cost effective. This is bronze, not even copper. See, it's bronze and it looks like gold. But I'm gonna add a little bit of this because I can, and I'm just gonna sprinkle it wherever. Oh, okay, put it on the design, right? That'll help. Putting it on the design. Okay, let's just kind of tap into that because we need to not waste. So I'm gonna just kind of flip her over and just kind of tap into it and just see kind of like what happens. So I think between the golds and everything else, okay, that on her face is not really working with me too well. It's like her face was just like one blobbed out situation happening here. So she's supposed to be, you know, a pixie, a fairy, however you want to call them. To me, they're kind of the same thing. Okay, let's use that up. I'm just gonna drag it just to kind of create, just kind of drag it out just to create different effects. Okay. See, that's more totally me right there. I think I want to do the same thing. So I just drag that out. Then all these, this chipboard that I'm actually using here, I'll end up fixing it. You know, I end up using it with something else. So I think that's pretty good with how I kind of want her to look. Thank you, thank you. They are cool and they're super fun to play with. Just don't overdo it. I'm overdoing it right now. Remember, this is chipboard, you guys. So the more water you add to it, the more fragile you will make your chipboard. So dry between layers. Don't do as I do, do as I say. I speak from experience. So we're gonna do that, and I'm gonna see how she's gonna look in contrast with that. But I'm gonna add some red to her with the wax, the Finnerbell wax, and I'm gonna use the rusty red and also Firebird, which is like the yellowish one, the gold one, I think. I don't know very much about Finnerbell products per se. I've only used their gesso before, as far as like their mediums and stuff. So I'm not very well versed in that. I've always kind of used deco art. Everything that I've ever created has been with deco art products, from the paints to the mediums to the stencils to just about everything. But now that I'm kind of creating, I'm kind of branching out a little bit more into other mediums and stuff and other brands and just testing them out. Okay. Remember, if you want a sturdy piece, I'm giving you 4 pieces in each set. You can always double them, and then you'll have a sturdier piece to work with if you're going to be using like really, really heavy stuff. So, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. And she does come with a little slit there under her chin, just to kind of give that separation of face and body. So it's not that they're broken. I'll let you know that real quick right now before I get those emails like, Carmen, is this broken? No, it's not broken, baby. That's just the way it's supposed to be. All right, so we've got her, and now we're going to go ahead and add some the piece de la resistance. Viva la wax. So we're gonna go ahead and play with these waxes. Oh my goodness. Finally, they've been out for like 30 years and I just finally get to test these out. If I can get it out. It's like, no, don't use me. I have to. So, okay. They really don't want to come out this packaging. Okay. So I've got 3 of these. I've got a blue, which I've already got blue in here, so I'm not gonna worry too much about the blue. But I got this one. It's called Firebird. It's like a goldish, orangey kind of color. And then this is the rusty red. So and they kind of remind me of those vintage vapor rub little tins. And that's vintage. That's like old. Those little vapor rub tins. But I think that that's kind of the secret to why they don't dry out, is the fact that they're in these little metal tins. So it does a good job of keeping the air out. So, oh, it pops up really easy. It comes with a nice, oh, dang, the whole piece came out almost. But that's basically what it looks like if you've never seen it before. I think that that's beautiful. It's a beautiful color. Beautiful, beautiful color. So let's go ahead and do that. And then this is the rusty red, which looks like a mauve color instead of a red. So we shall see. Oh yeah, she does. I see it. She looks like she got little shorts on. Yes, I've never used them before. I'm kind of cleaning my hands and preparing for this, however you say that. So let's see. Whew. It is the time. It is the hour. It is the day. So, what do I want? So I want to do this. Supposedly, all you have to do is pick up a little bit. And her face is kind of like right there. It applies really smooth. I'm going to add this to her hair to make her hair look like it's blazing fire. And I'm not going to add as much to her face, just to kind of like her hair and her wings. And just kind of give it that texture, especially around the ends. So you just lightly kind of tap it. Don't like dip your whole finger into it. You just kind of lightly, just let your finger pick up whatever it wants to pick up, basically, and then just retap. I love it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Now let me do the same color to the other side, and then I'll do the other color so that I don't cross-contaminate them. You can still see some of that blue that I've got going on in here. And I think this journal is going to be one of a kind and amazing. Right? Love it. And if you decorate it with some of my chipboards, you can go from shabby to steampunk to nautical to, you know, outer spacey. There's so many themes that I got going on. My mind is just an outpour of wildness. This has a light smell to it. How do I say this without offending anybody? The most comparable thing that I can tell you that it smells like, and this is because I live in the city, grew up in the city, roach spray. And I know that sounds really, really harsh and terrible. It's not really strong, but if you ever smell like Raid, I mean, if you're going to be sniffing it, then that's basically what you're going to be smelling. And anybody that has it cannot say that that's not what it smells like. You'll be lying. But it does have like a little smell of roach spray. That's kind of like the only thing that I can kind of tell. But it doesn't have any fumes. So basically, unless you're going to be here sniffing the tin can all day long, you'll be fine. You're not going to really smell it. But it does have a very light smell. Now, let me see if they both smell the same. Yeah, they both smell the same. So they have a common ingredient in both of them. And that might be what actually allows it to stay so soft for so long. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm not trying to insult the product. I love the product, actually. I love metallics, and this is just another. I'm going to buy more. So don't get me wrong. So it doesn't interfere with your ability to use them. It's not something that's going to give you, I don't think it's going to give you headaches unless you're like super, super sensitive. And again, unless you're going to be sniffing the tin all day long, you'll be fine. But it does have a light little smell. These are the Deco Art ones. And I had to reconstitute these, and they are totally reconstitutable. And this was dry like a rock. You guys have seen, they get dry like a rock. Let me see if I find one that's super dry that I can show you. Okay. This gets really hard. Like really, really hard. To the point that you could almost not even rub color off of it. This one still has a little bit of moisture to it, but they get really, really hard. You're able to reconstitute this. So you see? And I have a DIY on how I reconstitute mine and basically bring them back to their glory. I love me these. And this is 1 fluid ounce. 1 fluid ounce. These are about, and again, different properties. So I'm not trying to say that one is better than the other at all. They're different properties. They're going to do different things, and you're going to use them for different things. This is 0.68 fluid ounces, and this is 1 whole fluid ounce. The jar usually comes pretty full. I think Zoila has used these before, if I'm not mistaken. These are water soluble. This is the Deco R1. This is water soluble. If I add water to this right now, I can totally dilute this. This, I asked Finn on one of her lives if they were, and she said no, that they're not water soluble. But I'm gonna test it just to see once I get to that part. But let me put these over here. but they're very different. The Deco Artist metallic lusters, and again, they're not sold as water soluble products, but in my experimentation, I discovered that they are, and I've actually used this as watercolor and painted watercolor scenes with this with this one. Carmen, I need to see that video because I still have some. I haven't made it yet. To reconstitute them, I haven't made the video. I'm gonna make it. I discovered a whole new hack for it, honestly. I'm always trying to figure out ways to keep my stuff going because I don't want to waste money just for the sake of wasting money. And that's why you guys don't see like a lot of hauls and this and that on my channel, because I don't do much of that. I only buy what I need for what I needed. And again, it has to serve more than one purpose whenever I do use it. So I love this, you guys. Let me see if I can bring it up against some white so you guys can truly like see the beautifulness. And I always try to share with you guys like the little bits, little tips and tricks of stuff that I learned. So, oh, I wanted to add some of the red, which I still haven't done, right? I added that fire. That, let me tell you, this is like my new favorite color is this one right here. So again, it's not to say anything negative about the brand. It's just they have to use different stuff to make stuff, right? Like, come on, you guys. The Rub and Buff also has a really terrible smell. And I've heard a lot of people complain about it as well. So, I mean, you know, different properties, different products, different properties. So it's not that bad, but you do have a little light smell to it. But this is like my new favorite right now, this Firebird. I love that. I want to see how this one goes on. I'm trying to clean my finger because I can see that there's some, like it started to break down a little bit in there. So I don't know what's going on with that, but let me see. I don't even know if I like that color. Kind of, it's not red. What is it called? Rusty red? I don't know. This is more like a mauve. And I don't know if it's breaking down, if I have a bad one or what, but it's like different. I don't know if I don't want to add that color in there. I might use that for maybe the edges of the book as opposed to using it on her. I think with the fire, more than enough. So let me put that there, and let's get this baby. Let's get her going. Okay, so this is gonna be like this. So she's gonna go on the cover. So this one's gonna go, I think, right here, right? So before I do that, I do want to do some distressing. I do want to do some things real quick. I need black paint. If I find it, I still need that black no matter what. Still gonna need that black. You know what? I have. That's not black. Okay, so I guess we're not gonna do that now. So what are we gonna do? So I'm gonna use the same one. I don't know if I like this color. I'm gonna test this color out on a different. I don't know if I like it. Let's put that back. I'm gonna add some of this just to kind of bring the whole thing together. Right? Might as well. Just pick up everything on that lid. And just kind of. Ooh. 4-finger. 2-finger here. Just to kind of go around the perimeter a little bit. But yeah, you can, I mean, as you're using it, you'll smell it. You'll smell it. Yeah. So maybe with like if you're using a lot of this, like, you know, on a lot of different projects, like in a day, like in a whole sitting, like you might not, you might want to take breaks because it does become stronger as you use it. I'm surprised nobody ever, well, I've never really heard anybody say anything about the smells of them. But they do, and it does smell like Raid. So sorry, Finn, but it's true. It applies beautifully. I mean, so like I said, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do to get things to it, but it does apply beautifully. And at the end of the day, that's really what we want. We want it to apply beautifully, right? I love it, right? Yeah, baby. That's more what I'm looking for. Open the window. It is open. I assume. I not know it what I do it when I do it. All right, so let's put that away. I do want to like add a little bit of this, but I don't know. I think I'm running out of time because I gotta meet hubby at 1. It's already. Ooh, yeah, I'm not even ready. All right, so let's go ahead and glue this baby on. Oh, 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 oh. Okay. Please, please, where is the glue? Where's my heavy gel? Do I have it on here still? Modeling paste. Heavy gel. Okay, let me add some heavy gel. I'm just gonna do it with my finger because now I'm starting to rush a little bit. And this might not be all the way done, but as I go working in my journal, if I feel like adding other things, then I'll add other things. But at least you guys get an idea of, you know, what you can do with it. Different ways that you can use it. Different things that you can create using the different chipboard designs that I have on the store. Check back with me regularly. At least every 2 weeks, I'm going to be adding new products, you know, new designs. Every 2 weeks is either going to be stencils or chipboards. So just be aware of that. And I do want this to kind of seal up rather well so that it doesn't get caught up in like anything when I add it, when I'm putting it away or storing it. So let's see. Just help me to stick it down. To kind of make it so that she's not overlapping the edges. Where's my other piece of carton? What do I do with my closet? Right. You're lagging? Yeah, you can get out and refresh the page and come back in. Okay. Kind of rubbing that in there. I'm gonna make her pop out more by adding white around her, or maybe adding some black around it once I can find it. So there are gonna be more things that I'm gonna do to this behind the scenes, you know, during today, because I'm probably gonna be having a lot of fun playing with this. And you guys just keep in mind that when you order, it does take me a little bit just to get everything together because I do make things as I go. I do not keep inventory, you know, excess inventory of my designs because, you know, that just takes up too much space. So I make them as I go. Just keep that in mind. Usually you'll have your order shipped to you within the week of when you ordered. That seems to be how long it has taken me in the past to get all the orders processed. Just because you order a small order doesn't mean you have to wait, you know, the same amount of time because I do them in the order in which they are received. So first come are going to be the first ones served, and in that order. I love this. Oh my God, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, let's do the same thing with her. And let's just, she's back. She's back. And I try to go live every other day. Again, I'm not putting it on any kind of schedule or anything like that for right now, just because I really can't, commit to that at this moment in time. But I will go live weekly. I just can't tell you what date, what time. Most likely it'll be during the day, and I try to pick it between 9:30 and 10, because it just allows me to be more active at nighttime doing other things like getting orders ready, working on designs, getting my live stream ready for the next day, like how I did with this. I got to try to get everything ready the day before. So it just allows me a little bit more freedom when it comes to those things, and I'm able to just decorate and get more creative at nighttime and design and do just more stuff like that. So, okay, just trying to add enough that it sticks, because I found myself having to add more and more and more. Okay, and then she's gonna go on this part of the color. Right. I don't know if they're about the same height or not. Maybe around there. Okay. And look at my piece of chipboard. She's kind of close to the edge right there. I don't want her to be so close, but I need her wing to fit. See, this one's a little bit wider than this one, so I have a little bit more space. I do kind of have to play with this one just a bit, just to get it to kind of sit how I need it to sit. Yes, it's super exciting, Cindy. And I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I know it's not easy for everybody to, join me in the morning, because, people still got things to do in the morning. But I do appreciate it. And thank you guys so much for the support and the love and just everything with the store, with my channel, with me personally, independently of everything else. I do want to say thank you so much. I do really appreciate you guys. And I'm very happy, and I feel honored to be able to create, not just for myself, but also for you. And it's just amazing. And I'm super excited for the future and what, how everything is going to just go unfolding, and how this whole journey is just building itself up. That little piece right there. And as always, I'm always open to suggestions and ideas. I'm a firm believer that there's always more than one way to do something. So I'm always eager to keep learning as well as sharing the things that I have learned. Yeah, I think this product would be 100 if it didn't have that smell. If it didn't have that smell, I think that this would be like, oh my God, gold in a little jar. But that scent is, it's a little tough. It's a little tough. Because Deco Art has like all products have a scent to them, but Deco Art's product doesn't smell like that. Doesn't really smell much at all, honestly. Okay, so I really like that. And obviously they're not all the way dry. I'm gonna have to keep gluing this, but I'm not gonna be able to spend the time to do that now. When you guys see this journal on next time that I'm live and I share that with you guys, or even maybe I'll share it on I'll make a little video of it and share it on my Facebook or my Instagram. You're gonna see that the inside will be covered. I'm gonna decorate the inside. I've chosen a paper to do that with, but I'm probably gonna add more to that paper, which is this like kind of basic pattern paper right here. I'm gonna go ahead and do that and re-add all of my inserts in there, and I'm really excited. I gotta glue this down better. That's not really working for me. But let me just flip this over. This is how the chipboard journal is gonna come out. I'm gonna add a little bit more here and there. And with that being said, you guys, I want to say thank you all once again. So many have commented how they like it. I don't know. To each their own. I personally do not like the smell of roach spray. And again, I don't want to say it sounds so harsh and so terrible. It has nothing to do with the quality of the product. The quality of the product is great. You're gonna get, you're gonna do what you want to do with it. It's long lasting. It doesn't dry out. At least that's one thing that I keep hearing and hearing and hearing. I'll be able to test it for myself now. But you know, they don't dry out. Deco Arts does dry out. So Deco Art, you know, it's not perfect either. Deco Arts wax does dry out. But however, I've learned to be able to reconstitute it so, you know, it's salvageable and you still can use it even though it's dry. So it has its benefits even though it has its detriments. The wax, honestly, it applies beautifully. It's so smooth and creamy. The color is brilliant. But that smell, the more that you use it, the more that it smells. And maybe because they got used to smelling it, so maybe now it's like they're okay with it. But I personally, maybe I'll get used to smelling it too, and then I won't even smell it anymore either. But since this is my very first time, and as I started applying it more and more, especially on the larger areas, I really started to smell that. Now, it didn't give me a headache. It didn't make me nauseous or anything like that. But you know, not everybody has the same constitution. Some people might be a little bit weaker to that than I am. But with that being said, I don't want to discourage you from purchasing it because I think that, as you can see, it'll definitely add beauty to your projects no matter what. Just ventilate your space, you know, make sure that you use it in a very well ventilated area, especially if you have like asthma or something like that and you might be a little bit susceptible to the smell. Definitely, I have asthma, so I'm going to have to go ahead and just stick my head out the window for a few after this. Thank God I have to go walk to pick up hubby, so I'll be able to get some fresh air then. But I want to thank you all guys so much. And I know you really can't see too much of it right now because it's so glossy. And a lot of that gloss is coming from that beautiful, I mean, it's beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'll take some pictures and share with you guys what this part of it looks like. But once I have it all finished up, either I'll come into a video share or I'll just share with you guys in the next one. In the meanwhile, I want you guys to have an awesome rest of the weekend. I want to thank you all once again so much for joining me today. I do greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for stopping by the shop. If you have not subscribed, so please do so. If you have not hit that thumbs up, please do so. Even though nobody else can see it, I can see it. So I appreciate it. And YouTube sees it, so it counts as engagement. Remember, there's always going to be a giveaway happening for HappyDayCrafts.com. I don't know how many times I'm going to do it, but I am going to do them regularly. How do you win? Be subscribed and comment in the HappyDayCrafts.com videos, which is basically going to be every single video that I put up, unless it's titled something different, okay? And as long as they have the hashtag HappyDayCrafts, they can either be in my posts and or my videos, and that'll qualify. Only on YouTube. Facebook giveaways will be different. Instagram giveaways will be different, but just to kind of let you guys know. Okay, all of my links are in my about page on my channel. So if you want to reach me, you'll know how to do it from there. Thank you all so much. Stay blessed, stay wonderful, stay healthy, stay peaceful, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.